Hi, good morning, South Texas. Hope your Friday is starting off on a good note. It has been a beautiful morning all across the region as temperatures started off in the 50s. You see 57 was the low at the San Antonio airport. Now we are rising into the 70s across much of the region. That 67 was from earlier this morning. The actual high today will be all the way up into the 80s. Going to be a warm day, but still closer to around average. And that drier air is going to make it feel a lot more comfortable. Sunset is going to be at 7:28 and not expecting any rain to be added to the rain gauge, at least for today. 72 degrees in San Antonio at the moment. You know, we already have a few people commenting in. I see Pete says, Hurricane Pete is here. Well, thankfully, no hurricanes on our shores right now, but Pete referring to himself, I guess. Pete, welcome in. Hope you're having a good morning. And I see a few other people now starting to join in to our update as well. So 70s to 80s out there, 81 at Port Lavaca, but manageable. 50s and 40s for the dew points. That is a little bit higher compared to what we were at yesterday as far as the dew points are concerned. And this is the reason why. Look at the winds blowing in off the coast. The Gulf of Mexico is our moisture source, and more moisture starting to build back in. So it will be a little bit more humid today, but not so much that it's going to be real noticeable. Still beautiful out there. Lots of blue sky overhead. You look out from Morgan's Wonderland Camp. You see that blue sky stunning there. Northwest San Antonio looking towards downtown, having beautiful conditions, and you see similar conditions out at the San Antonio airport. But there is something we have to look out for today, and that is an air quality alert. We have an ozone action day in place for today, and we already have unhealthy for sensitive groups air quality being reported in San Antonio as well as in Houston. For Corpus Christi and Victoria, air quality is moderate, and it's moderate for Austin and stretching up towards the Waco area as well. But for us, unhealthy for sensitive groups. So if you have trouble with breathing issues, maybe COPD, maybe asthma, you may have some extra issues with breathing today. Now, the whole reason why these air quality alerts are put into place is because of ground level ozone. That's what's more common here in San Antonio whenever we have a good high pressure overhead and leading to all these sunny days like what we have. Ground level ozone forms on warm sunny days like today whenever chemicals in the atmosphere mix together with that sunlight. Now, we are actually in the orange group now. We were in moderate yesterday. Unhealthy for sensitive groups means members with sensitive groups that experience health effects. The general public is not likely to be affected, but members of sensitive groups may have issues like COPD and asthma. Sunlight mixes in with volatile organic compounds or basically vehicle emissions and things like that, gasoline vapors in the air, and that creates more ozone. So if you have any breathing issues today, likely going to be because we have that increased levels of ozone in the atmosphere. Also, allergies may be a bit of an issue. We have heavy amounts of ragweed, medium amounts of mold, light amounts of fall elm grass, and also pigweed, which isn't on the board, but it is in at light amounts today. Now, thankfully, no rain on the radar, but look out in West Texas. It is still the monsoon season out there for them, and they're still dealing with a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity in West Texas, stretching into portions of southern New Mexico as well, and Arizona. All that rainfall being caused by a kind of trough in the atmosphere, in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and that's eventually going to shift off to the east and impact us. But for the weekend, we're dry. Take a look at the forecast today. 80s for highs, lots of sunshine as we head into tonight. Temperatures will back off to the 50s and 60s, mostly clear sky. And then guess what? For tomorrow, another beautiful day. Temperatures into the 80s and 90s. I see Javier saying, asking, is there any rain next week? The answer is yes. We are going to get some more showers and thunderstorms as we head into the middle of next week. But for this weekend, if you have any plans for maybe headed down to the river or the creek or just anything, enjoying some great outdoors, it's going to be a great weekend for it. Notice Sunday, starting off with the 50s and 60s, and you bet we rise into the 80s to near 90-degree mark in the afternoon, but a beautiful weekend all across the region. Watch what happens as we head throughout this next week. Now, we have this ridge over central Texas and really Texas as a whole. That's the drier air. This system right here, you notice this little weakness in the upper levels of the atmosphere, that is what's going to be causing the rain chances as we head into the middle of next week. Notice how it shifts off to the east and brings us rain chances once it gets closer on towards us. Consider that an area of low pressure that just brings rain to the region, and we could see a good amount of rain across South Texas. I mentioned this yesterday. If you watched the evening news last night, I said we may end up bumping up the amount of rainfall we're expecting to see If model data continues to trend towards this wetter pattern, and we have bumped it up just slightly, now at about 1 inch to 2 inches of rainfall possible across South Texas. You notice some spots could see about 1/2 of an inch, but this is going to be really significant in helping us hopefully get this aquifer recharged again. Right now, the aquifer at 657.6 feet. It's down 1/10 of a foot in the last 24 hours. 658.6 feet is the 10-day average. We need more rain for that. And we need more rain as a whole just because the September average, you see, is well below where we should be. We should be picking up more than 3 inches for the month of September, and we have only picked up about 3/10 of an inch. So that's well behind average. August was behind average. The only 3 months this year that have brought us above average rainfall, April, May, and July. And more than half the rain that we have had this year occurred in April and May. So we need some more rainfall. I know that everyone is probably saying, what? We've had plenty of rain. Well, it's been a lot of rain in parts of our region, but not necessarily out towards the airport. And not for areas like down towards Cotulla, Carrizo Springs, near that region. Tilden, Eagle Pass has lacked on rainfall this year, and so has portions of Val Verde County closer on towards Seminole Canyon, and also up toward Devil's River State Natural Area, a little bit more on the abnormally dry side. And looking off towards other portions of Texas, you know, we have not had severe drought in any of Texas for the last few weeks, but now, closer on to Amarillo, severe drought starting to show up again. As far as the tropics are concerned, Hurricane Sam is out there in the Atlantic, became a hurricane this morning. It's forecast to become a major hurricane as it approaches the Lesser Antilles. No threat for Texas right now, but we'll keep an eye on it. A few spots out there have low to medium chances for tropical development, but no threats for Texas. We'll keep an eye on everything, though, and keep you updated, of course. The next name on the list, if we do get another named storm, would be Teresa, then Victor, and then Wanda, and then we move into the supplemental names. And it would be the third time in history, if we do make it through the rest of these names, that we have had to move on to another list of names. In the past, we used the Greek alphabet, but this year, the National Hurricane Center has changed how we do things, and we will no longer be using the Greek alphabet. Here's your 7-day forecast. Over the next 3 days, going to be drier, lots of sunshine. Temperature's going to be in the 50s and 60s for lows, 80s to 90s for highs. And then you see temperatures being just above average there from Monday through Thursday, and the better rain chances coming for Tuesday through Thursday and possibly even into Friday next week as well. We need that rainfall. Again, we've been below average for much of August and September, and it's looking like October will start off with just around average amounts of rainfall, which is good. October is typically a wetter month, so around average amounts of rainfall for South Texas and above average temperatures. So enjoy the fall-like mornings while they last, because it's not going to stick around. Looks like we're going to have 60s for lows and possibly even lower 90s for highs as we start off the month of October. Here's your Lone Star 3-day forecast. If you're traveling across the state here over the next 3 days, it's going to show temperatures in the 80s to 90s each day. Possibly a little bit of rain out towards El Paso today and tomorrow, but then looking drier by the time we head into Sunday. You see the mostly cloudy sky. You could actually go ahead and tack on about a 30% chance for rain there too, but not going to be much rain for the rest of the state. And then your Texas State Park forecast, if you'll do any hiking tomorrow, it's going to be great weather for those who like to get out and be in the great outdoors. 60s and 70s to start off the day, and then 80s for highs. Should be a beautiful day to explore our Texas Hill Country. Let's see here. Javier says, are the hurricanes going to start with numbers like hurricane number 1? No, not like that, Javier. Very funny, though. Yeah, we'll have a supplemental list of names that the National Hurricane Center will be using. So no more Greek alphabet, but I get what you're doing there, Javier. Very funny. But yeah, we'll have that list out whenever they start switching to the supplemental names. Here's a look at your Texas Gulf Coast forecast. If you're traveling to the coast this weekend, gorgeous weather to be down on the beach. Not too hot, but also not too cold if you want to get in the water too. You know, when you get in the water, you don't want to get out and then be cold, right? But great weather for the Texas Gulf Coast, wherever you may be heading, whether it's South Padre or all the way up towards Galveston, get out there and enjoy it. Should be a beautiful weekend. No matter where you're at, all across the state, it's going to be beautiful weather, so get out and enjoy it, including right here in South Texas. Temperatures again, 80s to 90s for highs each day and 50s to 60s for lows. So guys, I'm going to be in for meteorologist Stacia Wilson at noon today. Be sure to tune in. Have the latest update to the forecast. Weather Chief Bill Taylor is off today. And it's going to be meteorologist Jeremy Baker on at 4, 5, 6, and 10. So be sure to tune in for that. And then I'm going to be live at the Comal County Fair. If you're going to be out there, come find me, say hello. I'm happy to talk to everybody, and you're probably going to see me out there eating a funnel cake. So give me some time to clean up all the powdered sugar everywhere, right? But I hope you all have a wonderful day. Enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend, and we'll continue to keep you updated on everything right here at KENS 5.